right. Hello, YouTube. It's been a while. We haven't been on here. We've had a lot going on. So, still reading, but no time to record. As you can see, Andy is in a new house. So, she just moved, which took up a lot of her time with 4 kids. And they're all out of school for the summer. So, she's had her hands full over there.
Not a lot. I'm definitely behind on my Goodreads reading goal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you set yours at what, 150 this year?
Yes.
Yeah. I did that last year, and it was a struggle.
I didn't struggle with it last year. I set it at 150, and then I read 176.
Yeah.
But I read a lot of audiobooks.
Yeah. Well, that's how I ended up finishing the 150 last year. Is I just at the end of the year, I think I was like 10 short or something, or I was gonna be if I read traditional books. And so I ended up reading several like Christmas thrillers and then Christmas romance books, like seasonal things that I probably would never read just to finish my goal. So,
oh yeah, yeah. I might have a T. Kingfisher binge for a little bit, but she's an October read anyway. So, because a lot of her books are short, and I still have several that I haven't read from her.
You've read Nettle and Bone, I think, right?
Yes,
I think that's a KU one.
I love that one. The ones I haven't read from her are The Clockwork Boys.
Okay.
Which is 2 books and 2 books. I think it's 2 books and Steelheart and the Paladin series. But I think the Paladin series is. Then we're recording.
I say you still have a full house over there, so.
Yes, I do, and no doors to this room. But it was the only room that worked in our house.
But so we'll probably have some pint-sized guests here in a little while when they're looking for mom.
But I did feed them all, so.
Oh yeah, you said T. Kingfisher's Paladin series. I read that, and I actually did like it. It's a nice cross for her with her like normal. I wouldn't even say like funky thriller. Like she does like gory,
creepy, gothic. Like
yes, horror. Creepy is a good adjective for her.
I would say even her fairy tales border on like
creepy.
Which I actually love because she does such a weird like character exposition. I'm not sure how to explain it, but her characters are so
weird and creepy. Yes.
Weird.
Yeah. Like they're not and it's so funny because I see it on the Facebook groups for reading, like Hooked on the Book and all the different little Facebook groups that you can get in for reading. And people complain about characters who are so cookie cutter or so perfect or, everything just falls into place for them.
Yeah, like the Clark Kent. Like, yeah. He has no weaknesses except kryptonite. And it's like, okay, he's absolutely
and then perfect. You miraculously find your kryptonite, but he somehow loves you and puts you back together. And yeah. T. Kingfisher stays far away from that. And that's actually her Paladin's Grace series is very much along those same lines, but romance. Because I think the first couple in it is like an older woman. I think she's 40, 35 to 40, something like that. She's an older woman, I think. And very timid. Like, she would rather not leave her house ever. And she somehow gets wrapped up in this murder mystery. And she meets the male main character. And he has recently lost his god. And so it feels directionless because his purpose has been removed from his life. And so he doesn't really know what to do with himself. And they find each other and then they go on this little murder mystery adventure and fall in love. So
I am looking forward to that one. I
think you'd like it.
Lined up on the library.
Yeah.
And then moving, so I have a whole new library system, and I'm trying to I got my library card, but trying to get used to it because it's definitely a lot smaller system than the one I was used to in Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny because that was the first thing I did when I moved here is went to the library. I got my library card.
It's always the first thing. I have to here we had to go get our driver's license first.
Yeah, I had to do that too, yeah.
But we did went to the library, couldn't get a library card, so we had to go get a driver's license. But it is always
you try to get the library card first.
Yeah, always the first thing.
You got to get those holds put in for Libby. Otherwise, you'll be waiting forever.
So they don't have Libby. They have Cloud Library, and
I forgot.
It's like Hoopla, but
I don't mind Hoopla. It's a little more. Libby's obviously the top tier. You know, that's the gold standard of
it is. Well, and the only thing that bothers me is I can't transfer stuff to my Kindle, and I don't like reading on my phone. I don't like reading on my phone.
Yeah.
But all right, so what did you finish? Have you finished anything this week?
This week, no, because I'm still
working on that.
Yes.
Oh, you were far. I'm only on.
No, I'm not. I haven't made it that far. Okay, so I also have the audiobook.
Oh, you got the audiobook?
Yeah, on Hoopla.
Oh, my Hoopla doesn't have it. I'm this far.
Yeah,
that's pink marker. Well, this is where I'm supposed to be. The purple ones.
I made it a little further in the audiobook than I have in the...
Oh, in the physical?
Yeah.
It is a tome. But it's a good tome. I love this version. Has some really excellent pictures in it.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at that at Barnes & Noble the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went yesterday. Oh, yeah. That's
see the other page.
Oh, yeah, I can. I was going to say, because...
I don't think I've gotten to it yet. The other picture that I really like. This one.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see it?
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's the one at Barnes & Noble was saying that they had some special illustrations for that edition. Oh, a color? Is that a colored map?
Color in pages. And a colored map of Roshar.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I go to Barnes & Noble is to look for like their special edition or Barnes & Noble exclusive editions. Yeah. There's otherwise...
some books I want special editions.
Yeah. Otherwise, everywhere else I can get the regular edition cheaper than Barnes & Noble. So
yeah, thrift books is my favorite, even though the last shipment was kind of because they didn't package it right. But that's where I got this. But I like their rewards.
Yeah,
because I've so many free books.
Yeah, well that makes it worth it too. Second and Charles is like that. I get to browse shelves and still earn the rewards, and they have a lot of used books and stuff. So, and they actually get a lot of fairy loot. I don't know who's bringing them their fairy loot crate.
Yeah, but why would you buy fairy loot crate and then not keep it? They
don't have the space, or they didn't like the book.
But then, like, why not? Well, I guess they got it for some certain special one, and
did cancel it. But I don't care.
I don't. Most of the time, I don't really care like what the book looks like, as long as that's got all the words in it.
yeah, you're reading it. Yeah. Well, some people collect them and use them as trophies, and decorate their shelves.
I'm not a trophy shelf person.
Well, I would say you're probably not an aesthetics person for anything.
I am definitely a bookworm, not a book dragon or wyvern. Definitely a bookworm, and I'm okay being a worm at the library.
I don't know what I am. I'm a worm for sure. I definitely read a lot of books, but I do have a collection. I have quite the collection in my room.
I do have a lot, but so many of them are secondhand or library be like $1 things. Oh, I at the thrift store found like 4 books for $8, all hardback. Lessons in Chemistry, Thistlefoot, and then Hunger Games, and which I actually haven't read Hunger Games yet. Ever.
Oh.
So I have to read that. I've got all 3, or I've got the 3 originals now.
I haven't read the newest one
from Tamora Pierce, from her Circle Open series, because I'm trying to get all of those for the kids.
Yeah,
because I think that's somebody they would like. I haven't read any of her stuff, but I've heard so much
about her.
Yeah. That I feel like she's got to be good.
But that's something I did want to talk about is my obsession with Scott Lynch and the
Lies of Locklemoor. Was that the last like books that you finished?
Series, yeah.
Yeah.
And
then go ahead.
Devoured them.
You did. You read them very quickly.
Yeah, and they're not small books. I think each book is almost 800 pages, or 800, something like that. But they're
my new library does have it, so I might go check it out.
I'd go check it out. I know some people are putting him in the camp with George R.R. Martin and Patrick Rothfuss with him not finishing this last one. But I did see cover art.
With Gentlemen Bastards, the series? Is there a 4th one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a 4th one in the works.
Yeah,
I thought it was
but he said... No, it's not complete. I think the 4th one is going to be the last one, I would assume. But yeah, there's supposed to be another one. And they leave it on like not a cliffhanger, but like... It's kind of like the villain rises again, and you're like, it like leaves the door open.
Oh, like a Marvel movie, last like those little scenes after the credits were like.
That's exactly what he did. He did a Marvel. The last.
They did a Marvel.
Yeah. So that last chapter just. Oh.
I read this on your recommendation. Oh, it was really good.
It is so funny.
The audiobook, like I feel like you've got to listen to at least a little bit of the audiobook.
I did. Mm-hmm.
Especially because it was narrated by the author, because I had to go and look and see, because there's a lot of songs in here which are usually like not great. It depends on the narrator. But when they try to sing the songs, I'm like, you could have read it. Sometimes like fast forward through that part, but he did such a good job with them, which it probably helps that he wrote them too. But
yeah, he did the writing.
All of the accents in this book,
he did a good job.
It makes the words.
I think I lost you. All right. Okay, we lost Andy there for a second, but we got her back, and she's gonna keep talking about the audiobook for Black Tongue Thief.
Yes, if you can get the audiobook and the book, sometimes when they write accents, it doesn't come across in the actual words. So, this book is so good. But listening to the audiobook and reading the book was it was good. It was too good. It made me look up everything else that he narrated, which is all of his books. He's narrated all of his books.
Yeah, I was looking at reading. He has the Necromancer's House, I think, on Kindle
I didn't
Unlimited.
See that one.
Yeah, it's on Kindle Unlimited. That's why you probably didn't see it.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Are you fixing an iPad for a kid?
Yes.
Which kid do we got there? I can't see you.
Say hey, Maxwell.
Hi, Maxwell.
Hey, Angie.
Okay, I have to archive the other one because our Switch is just it's time for a new one. Okay, it's downloading. It won't take 35 hours, I promise. Okay, but you have to go play in the living room. Okay. No, you're not gonna sit right there. He's gonna sit right there.
Okay. But yes,
Sorry.
Lost our camera there.
Yeah, I was trying
A
to
little behind
my forehead.
Behind the scenes shot.
There we go. There, that's better.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, so yes, I agree. Christopher Buehlman, hands down, if you have the experience of both the book and the audiobook, it's one of the best.
And the prequel book to this just came out, The Daughter's War.
It did, The Daughter's War.
I am looking forward to that.
Me too. It's an interesting concept to have The Daughter's War, the whole thing, they basically, the first war or whatever, I think there was a previous war and all the men died in that war. And then they're like, oh, well, now all we have left is basically women. So
so let's train them and send them out to war.
Yeah.
Because the goblins are coming.
Yeah. And the women defeated the goblins.
Yep. They did, well, and the Corvid, the concept of the Corvids, the tattoos, the magic tattoos was absolutely spectacular. I loved that so much. That's
it was very interesting.
Something that is in D&D, and it's such a cool idea. And it's so well done. I loved that. That was such a good recommendation.
I'm glad you liked it.
I did.
I got it from that sci-fi, fantasy, fiction Facebook group that we're in.
Yeah, they do talk about this one a lot.
They do. That one comes up. And then, so people said if you like that book, to also read Kings of the Wild, which is also a 2-book series, at least 2 books right now.
Oh, that's the one you have on Libby right now. I will say the one thing on this is it does have some crude humor.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Along the same lines as like Empire of the Vampire. Kind of similar to that.
I was just gonna say I really need to read Empire of the Vampire because I haven't.
I saw somebody say that wasn't a spicy book the other day, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm just
mild.
But I'm like, it was definitely spicy to me.
It's funny to see people's spice range because there's
like when someone asks explicitly for no scenes, and I'm like, that one definitely had some.
Yeah, it's definitely not a no spice, but like also people were like, oh, Fourth Wing is so spicy, and I was like, the first one wasn't terrible. It has a couple scenes, but to me that was like we've talked about before, there's such a balance between romantasy and fantasy.
You have to have the balance. If there's no balance, it should be just in the romance category with some magic-y stuff. It's just not contemporary.
You have a monkey on your back?
I do. He wants to hear. Oh. He wants to hear what you're saying. I did. I had to steal his computer that he was using to play Roblox.
Oh. I got you.
So he's a little sad. Our Switch is such a piece. It's okay. 7 more minutes, okay, and you'll have Minecraft back.
Are you ready for school to be back in?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I feel like at some point it gets hard to entertain them because you've been entertaining them with the same stuff for 2 months, and you're like, I ran out of ideas. 2 months ago.
Especially packing, moving, unpacking. Like, they have spent too much time on screens this year. Too much. Entirely too much. But I'm like, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So I had to get other stuff done.
So I did want to talk about how we were gonna do The Way of Kings, and we kind of epically failed on that one because we are mood readers.
Yes, mood readers. The second I tell my brain that I have to do something, it becomes a chore, and then this as a chore is not something I wanted to do.
Well,
good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's this already to me is a lot.
There's
It's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
world building.
information. Yes.
It's fantastic world building, but it's a lot. It's a lot of world building.
Yeah. Oh, it's intricate, but like I was telling somebody else, I was like, I enjoy the book. I am enjoying the book. I like what's happening. I like the characters, but I feel like I'm taking a thesis level doctorate class with my textbook. Here's my textbook.
Where you're understanding like this much of it, and you know this much of it is going over your head.
Yeah, exactly. Especially on my first. Well, this is my second read of part 1 and 2, but I never made it through the whole thing the first time, and I know the Sanderlanche is coming.
Yes.
So after I get through all this information, I know the core of the story is actually coming still. Like I haven't gotten there yet.
Because that's when I read it the first time. I read it last year. When Ben would ask me, "What's it about?" I'm like, I don't know. It's good.
I don't know yet. I haven't got there yet. And you're like 500 pages in, and you're like,
yeah.
This one girl.
How it feels. Yeah.
One girl is studying.
Okay, 4 more minutes.
And one guy is in a bridge program.
Bridge program, not the kind of bridge program you want to be in.
No. But yeah, so, and I know I can see where he's connecting Dalinar and Kaladin.
Yes. It's like when you're making a puzzle, when you're doing a puzzle, you do the outside first. So you can kind of see what he's doing.
Yeah.
But you haven't gotten the whole big picture yet.
Yep.
So I'm just waiting. Well, and I know with it being some 6,000 pages, it's going to be a while till I see the big picture.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, because you've only made it through Way of Kings, and I'm only halfway through Way of Kings. So,
and I did skip because I'm bad at reading things out of order because I'm a mood reader. I read The Sunlit Man already.
Yeah,
which is fantastic.
But you didn't know you were just getting into the Cosmere Sanderson world.
Yes, I didn't realize that I knew that they were connected to Cosmere somehow, but I kind of thought they were all standalones because I'd already read Tress.
Which technically they are.
They are standalones, and you can read them and enjoy them just fine. Okay. And you can enjoy them very much just on their own, even if you didn't want to tackle this.
Yeah.
Because this is a lot. Like, this is not everybody's cup of tea.
It's not. It's a lot. Well, because I was going to say, for me, my average book lengths are probably around 500-ish or less.
Yeah.
You know, I am typically in the 500-page book club. Because I think for those, there's enough world building for me. They move quickly enough. The plot moves along. I like, if I like the characters, whatever. And there's enough character development in a 500 to 600-page book. This monster... is a lot for me. So,
and I think that's another thing why I think T. Kingfisher is so good at what she does. Sorry, this is an ADHD or ADD thought, but
just bring it in
because she does all of that in like 250 pages.
Oh yeah,
under 300, and I'm blown away by that.
Well,
because
I was going to say,
still has fantastic character building, fantastic worlds that they're not this.
They're not in depth. Yes.
But you can imagine it, you can see it, which is good. Like that's the main thing. I want to be able to
for her
imagine
niche
myself walking down a street in that.
Yeah, for her niche.
Yes, you're almost there. Yes.
For her niche, it fits perfect.
Yes, it does.
But I was actually going to say that in my doctorate program, they were saying like you need to be able to get your point across because we write scientific papers, research papers. You need to be able to get your word across before people are like, that was enough for that. Put that down. So you need to be able to get the idea across.
Yep. Up front.
Especially in medicine science, we are so busy doing other things. You need to be able to.
Later, okay?
Yeah, I'll FaceTime you later, buddy. Or after we get off here.
Your Minecraft is ready.
After we finish recording, I'll get on. He can put his put it
the
on
little
and
headphones on.
yeah. So what are we looking forward to? I know I already talked about the Ember of
I have
Change.
one more that I'm currently reading because
Oh yes.
It's on my dang it. It's on my Kindle. Anyway, it's Canyon of Crystal, so it's an ARC book that I'm reading. And it's very good. I still struggle with the arcs because again, having to tell myself that I've got to read it by this day.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I almost never sign up for ARCs because of
I think I might stop signing up for them. And it's sad because I'm really excited about reading the story. But the second I'm told that I have to have it done by this day,
and you have a date. Yeah.
I struggle.
I get it.
But it's really good. The characters are good. The story is good. That it's what she builds it as like Avatar.
Okay.
Like elemental magic, with a war going on. It's very good. And that's why I'm a little sad because I really was looking forward to reading it, and then my brain decides to boycott.
Yeah.
So
you just emotionally aren't in it.
Yeah. It's hard. It makes it so much harder to connect to characters and stuff.
I will say, I don't know why. I felt that way kind of about the first Mistborn, which now, I mean, Mistborn is Era 1, is one of my favorite series, but I struggled a little to get through for the first one, I think.
First one.
Yeah, somebody recommended it to me. But I mean, I loved it, but I do remember struggling to read it.
Just a little struggle.
I think it was because it was due back at the library and I didn't have
that deadline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deadlines are hard. I don't know. I struggle with those so much.
Now, if I have a library book that's due and I haven't even started reading it, I'll just return it and get it again later.
Yeah, or renew it if I can. I'll renew it if I know
you're gonna get to it.
I want to read it. But yeah, I've returned a bunch of stuff from the library that I unread because I can always check it out again. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. After I finished the Lies of Locke Lamora, I tried to read Kushal's Dart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to not just read the whole series back to back. I couldn't do it.
No, because you just wanted to read back to back.
Yeah, I just wanted to read about the Lies of Locke Lamora crew.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can't wait for you to read that book.
I might have to go pick it up, but I've got 2 library books already. So these are the 2 that I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
I picked up some different stuff, so trying to branch out a little bit because I'm definitely feeling a little slump coming on. But I've heard some good things about her, Christina Henry.
Okay.
The Mermaid. Which
now that is that a YA or?
No, it was in the adult section.
Okay.
I think it's like horror retellings of fairy tales because her other series is Lost Boy or her other book is Lost Boy and the Chronicles of Alice.
You really like your retellings?
I do. I am a junkie for fairy tale retellings. Okay. And especially when they put twists on them that I'm not expecting, which is something T. Kingfisher, again, like 5 stars. She's really good at. But and I love, and mermaids, pirates, all of that they're my cup of tea. I love all that stuff. The other one I picked up was a thriller. This is a YA thriller. How to Survive Your Murder. I saw her on Instagram, the author, promoting her new book. This is her older one, but I was like, well, she seems really cool. Maybe I'll check that out as my sort of introduction to thrillers.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have gotten away from a little fantasy here lately, reading thrillers and.
Yeah, I was struggling. So I was like, well, maybe I need a break. Just a little break.
Hold on 2 seconds and I'll get the books that I am looking forward to.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. So, Andy and I have actually been talking about how we want to read some of the older legends in the fantasy world. So I picked up the Swords of Shannara, the Shannara Chronicles, which I don't know if anybody watched the show. I did on Sci-Fi or some random channel. And it was really good. It just ended really fast, so I can't imagine what the 22 book series is going to be like.
Not fast.
Not fast. So I know he's got a bunch. This is Terry Brooks, the Sword of Shannara. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this while still getting through the Cosmere, obviously. And then I also have picked up the Tethered Mage.
Yes, so I have that one too. That's what we both have.
You said you read her Obsidian Tower already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that her Rooks and Ruin trilogy, which I think technically comes after this one that you're holding.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
In like history order, not that it's not the same characters. It's like hundreds of years separating them. But I love her world that she created. I love the magic system in that book. Her characters are really good. She also writes flawed characters.
Okay.
I've definitely gotten to the stage in my life where nobody's perfect.
Yeah. And if you are perfect, you're lying about it.
Yes.
There's something you're lying about. So another one I picked up. So this one I actually got off Amazon Prime Day because I've been seeing it everywhere. And
yes, because the third book just came out.
Third book just came out, and so I wanted to see what it was all about, and it has, the fancy edges.
It's good.
So.
I liked that one.
Yeah. You've already read this?
Audio. Yeah, I've already read it. I listened to it. I listened to it on audio.
Okay.
Here. It is heart-wrenching, and the magic system in it is definitely like a rebellion.
Okay. I like rebellions.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'm looking forward to continuing through the universe.
Yes, I want to read that series too.
Yeah. So I picked this up a while ago, and I've been meaning to read it, and I just haven't started. Back up.
I'm almost at the point on that one where I feel like I need to reread the first book.
Oh, I don't. I remember the first one. But I also started watching the series, the TV series. Mm-hmm. So that helped refresh my memory a little bit.
Your memory.
But yeah, the TV series I felt was really different from the book.
Yeah, like they changed a lot of detail stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, they changed a lot of the interactions, I felt like, between the characters. Like the dynamic between them was very different.
The relationship dynamics between them, which I felt was really strong. That was a strong suit in his book.
Yes.
That was done really well.
Because I felt like the little crew on the spaceship, that I can't remember the name of at the moment.
They kind of bonded through trauma.
Yes, and I felt like they were really tight-knit, like
in the book,
unbreakable, very connected, and they weren't gonna turn on each other, basically. Where in the show, there was a lot of drama between them.
So, like a lot of infighting, catfighting kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of snarkiness between them. So, and I didn't feel that in the book like I did in the show. And
I don't know, maybe they thought that would sell better on TV.
Yeah, probably. I mean, probably. But yeah, I think that's all for us. You got anything else to talk about? Add?
No, I had a thought, but I forgot what it
was. Welcome to being the mama 4.
Yeah, pretty much. I enter rooms and forget why I came.
Oh my gosh, I completely agree. Well, get some more iced coffee.
Yeah, some more of this.
And do some hurricane prep over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Though I guess it's gonna hit me first, so.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's coming across.
It's coming from the West Coast.
From the Gulf Coast.
Gulf Coast, yeah.
Yep.
So.
I think. Yep. I will go check out Liza Lockermore though.
Yes. I really think you'll like it
when I return these two. Oh, and not to mention all my other books that I have checked out on Libby. I didn't mention it. It's just so much nicer to hold a paperback sometimes. Like, I don't know.
I agree. I like my Kindle, and I like Kindle Unlimited, and I like being able to carry it around at work. But
I will say I am tempted on Kindle Unlimited. If I didn't check out books from the library so much, it's very tempting.
Well, now you live really close to your library.
There's so much on Kindle Unlimited that I can't. I can walk to the library. Like, I don't even have to drive. The sun is coming in, but yeah, which is definitely was a selling point on this house, that I could walk to the library.
Yeah. Keep those priorities in order.
Oh, yeah. That's the most important thing.
All right. Well, I think that's all for us. We'll see you guys next time here on our YouTube channel.
Hopefully not as long as this last time. Next time.
Yeah. I don't think it will be. I think we got our stuff situated.
Yes, finally.
All right.